Imagine the thunderous cheers in Tokyo as Carlos Alcaraz, sweat-drenched and triumphant, hoists his 8th title of the season, defying a twisted ankle that struck like a thief in the night during his opener against Sebastian Baez. Hours later, the blade drops, Shanghai's lights dim without him, his Instagram confession a gut punch, very disappointed, physical struggles forcing rest. But then, the bombshell, in a fiery interview, he unleashes on the ATP's brutal calendar, vowing to skip mandatory events if it saves his body and mind. Could this be the spark that ignites a player revolt? The tension coils. Who will blink first in this high-stakes game of endurance? Smash that subscribe and ring the bell for Tennis Insider, your edge on every ace. Fresh off conquering the Japan Open in a grueling final against Taylor Fritz, where he battled through frustration and a time violation that nearly boiled over, Alcaraz's left ankle betrayal hits harder than any baseline blast. The 21-year-old Spaniard, already etched into lore with 4 slams and a career-high 67 wins this year, pushed through the pain in Tokyo, turning a potential exit into glory, his explosive leaps and pinpoint drop shots mesmerizing under the autumn sun. Yet, as the adrenaline ebbed, reality crashed in. Scans confirmed the toll, whispers of edema and strain echoing past battles like his US Open quad scare or Rio ankle twist. Announcing the pullout on September 30th, just days before Shanghai's draw locked, he poured out the ache, really looking forward to those amazing Chinese fans, but rest is the only path back to 100%. This isn't mere setback, it's a chapter in his odyssey of resilience, from teenage breakout to world number 1, where every twinge tests the fire that fuels his unbridled joy on court. The surprise twists deeper. Despite the crown in Tokyo, victory tastes bittersweet, a hollow echo without the rival heat of Jannik Sinner across the net, their unfinished saga now deferred to Paris's chill or the Nitto Finals frenzy. Alcaraz's path, once a sprint of audacious wins, now demands cunning pauses, his team's huddle yielding a verdict that prioritizes longevity over the lure of 1,000 points. Fans worldwide feel the void. Shanghai's spectacle, already buzzing with Djokovic's shadow return, loses its electric spark, the court's yearning for that signature roar after a leaping smash. Yet in this narrative pivot, Alcaraz emerges not broken, but battle-hardened, his story a testament to the razor's edge where triumph and torment collide, pulling us into the raw pulse of a champion's unyielding quest. Tennis Insider uncovers the shots that shape legends. The heartbreak amplifies when Alcaraz lays bare his soul on the tour's relentless grind, his voice a clarion call that startles the establishment. The schedule is really tight, too many mandatory tournaments crammed without breath, rules chaining players to a calendar that devours the spirit. Echoing IGA Swiatek's pleas, he drops the gauntlet, may consider skipping Masters 1000s or 500s to safeguard body and mind, mentally demanding as the physical fray. This revelation, timed raw after Tokyo's laurels turned to withdrawal woes, surprises with its defiance. The boy wonder, once all smiles and flair, now a voice for the weary ranks, his ankles cry a symptom of systemic strain that spares no one. Picture him, post-victory glow shattered by physio tapes and ice packs, confiding to his inner circle before the world, "We as tennis players aren't allowed a choice, but that ends now if it means crumbling before the finish line." The storytelling arcs here from personal plight to collective uprising. Alcaraz, architect of miracles like his Wimbledon epic over Djokovic, now architects change, his frustration a bridge from isolated agony to tour-wide reckoning. Shanghai's absence stings sharper, not just points forfeited but a missed canvas for his artistry, where drop shots dance and crowds chant in unison. Yet this enforced hiatus weaves opportunity, rest recalibrates, priming him for a ferocious fall swing, where every spared match could forge the edge against Sinner's steady climb or Novak's timeless guile. His words ripple, igniting debates in locker rooms and boardrooms alike, the surprise of his candor a retention magnet. Will the ATP yield, or will stars like him force the hand? In Alcaraz's saga, vulnerability becomes velocity, propelling the narrative toward horizons where health trumps haste, captivating us with the drama of a prodigy who dares to demand better. As the dust settles on Tokyo's triumph-turned-trial, Alcaraz's Shanghai sideline becomes a fulcrum for futures untold, his frustration-fueled manifesto a surprise salvo that could redefine endurance in the sport's gilded cage. The financial bite, a hefty penalty for the no-show, only steels his resolve, underscoring the absurdity of punishing prudence in a machine that runs players ragged. Elevating Corentin Moutet to the 33rd seed and crowning Sinner the draw's apex predator, this void reshapes Shanghai's theater, yet Alcaraz's absence amplifies his presence, his plea for breathing room echoing through every baseline skirmish. From the Rio courts where an ankle sidelined him mid-roar to this Tokyo tenacity that masked the mounting toll, his journey pulses with plot twists, wind snatched from jaws of defeat, only for the body to whisper halt. The emotional core surprises. Beneath the competitor's steel lies a fan's heart, yearning for Shanghai's embrace, those fervent supporters who fuel his flight. Now, as he heals in shadowed seclusion, speculation swirls. Will this spark a wave of withdrawals, players uniting under his banner for a saner slate? The stakes entwine with year-end chases, Paris's clay beckoning as redemption ground, the Nitto finals a coliseum for reclaimed glory. Alcaraz's tale, laced with such visceral honesty, hooks us tighter, a compelling chronicle of youth versus the grind, where one man's frustration forges paths for all. In this moment of mandated pause, he doesn't fade, he flares brighter, his warning a beacon that retention demands we follow to the next serve. Tennis Insider, front row to the fire.
But the ordeal left scars. Carlos grew wary, trusting fewer in the cutthroat world of professional tennis. His game sharpened, each swing fueled by a new resolve. The theft became a legend, whispered in locker rooms as a cautionary tale. He leaned on his team, now vetted with scrutiny, and refocused on the season. The investigators' final report revealed the rivals' camp had collapsed under scrutiny, their reputation in tatters. Carlos emerged not just victorious but transformed, his legacy now one of resilience, a player who faced danger off the court with the same grit as on it. Back on the circuit, Carlos faced the press, his words measured yet powerful, reflecting on a saga that tested him beyond the baseline. The theft had thrust him into a world of deceit, proving champions fight battles far from the spotlight. Flashbulbs popped as he thanked fans, crediting their support for his strength. The ordeal closed a chapter but opened a mission. His foundation launched programs to shield young athletes from exploitation, turning personal pain into progress. Madrid honored him with a ceremonial key, symbolizing trust restored in a city that once doubted him. The medallion, now back in its glass case, drew crowds, its story intertwined with his own. Nights no longer carried the weight of shadows, Carlos slept soundly, his focus back on Grand Slams. His game evolved, each forehand a statement of survival, each victory a defiance of those who tried to bring him down. The theft scene, once a nightmare, became a defining moment, etched into his biography as proof of his mettle. Rivals watched warily, knowing he'd faced worse than their serves. Fans chanted his name louder, their faith unshaken. The sports world buzzed with his story, a tale of a champion who turned a scandal into a triumph. Off the court, he mentored rookies, warning them of the traps fame could set. His speeches at charity events carried new weight, blending humility with hard-earned wisdom. The tennis court remained his sanctuary, but now it was also a platform to advocate for integrity in sports. As he prepared for the next major, Carlos carried the lessons of that Madrid night: vigilance, courage, and the will to rise above. The theft had tried to steal his shine, but instead, it polished his legend, proving that true champions endure, adapt, and conquer, no matter the arena. Subscribe to Tennis Insider for more scoops that rally your curiosity and keep you in the game.